Welcome, sinners, to our sixth Deadly Sins AMA. And this is a interesting one because we are now officially less than 2 weeks till mint. So it's quite crunch time at the moment. And we're really working hard behind the scenes and getting everything ready for our community. So I'm gonna start with just some updates for everyone who likes to use the YouTube videos to keep in the loop. Um, if you're thinking about, oh, what's your plans for marketing and stuff, well, we have really big collabs and partnerships running all the way up to the 19th. So we have like quite a good chunk of our remaining time left is going to be involved in making sure we get that exposure needed. And that's not just collaborations, it's also partnerships. One that is going to be really good, I'm going to be announcing, is to do with mutants and their staking system. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That will be on the 17th, but an official partnership's coming up, and that's very exciting. In terms of the whitelist with our date, we're actually closing it on the 21st, early on the 21st, actually, since I need to prepare it for that day. So if you're thinking how to get the remaining whitelist spots, we're holding a raffle every day in our giveaways channel. You need the raffle roll, which is at the moment level 12 entry. And then in terms of process behind the scenes, on my end, the unique records, metadata, image generation, it's all working. We're doing all the tests now, and the final collection will be ready this week. So that is very, very exciting. This we have for our post mint, we'll have rarity on cnft tools as soon as minting is happening. So it will update because we're syncing with them beforehand. Not many projects do that. So we're really trying to get ahead. So when people are post mint saying, when rarity, when this, it will be there. We'll have it ready for you when minting has concluded. But it will do it automatically and update as it goes along. We also have some other promotional avenues we're taking alongside collaborations, such as some YouTube promotions soon and some great project reviewers in the Cardano space. The first of being actually Cardano Lounge. We put that in our Twitter post today. They are holding a whitelist giveaway for us and are reviewing our project, just and probably like showing their community that for their holders. So that's really good because Cardano Lounge is a very trusted source, and we like what they're doing there. We recommend you check them out. For the deadly paper, we haven't updated that in a little bit, and it's necessary we update that soon. So me and the team are getting a nice update for you guys within the next week. So yeah, Deadly Paper 1.3 is coming soon. For the last Phantom spot, because I know a few of you are wondering what's going to happen with that. We have a marble race, and how do you enter this marble race? You need level 15 to enter. So lots of the fallen angels are entering right now. There's a marble channel open, and you have a week to enter. I think there's 5.5 or 4.5 days left to enter. So if you still want that level 15 to get involved, I really recommend it. We're live streaming a marble race, and it'll be really interesting. We have our first big metaverse land partnership, which we'll be announcing right after mint because we got to keep things fresh for you guys to be like we're still pushing things out. We have a lot of things planned, a lot of things ready, but we're scheduling it well for our community. There's an upcoming project called Speed Throne, which we'll be partnering with, and this will be in soon come time. They haven't launched yet, but they're actually really talented, amazing. I've been in calls with them quite a lot, and we'll be making an announcement or partnership announcement on them soon because they'll be helping us with the generation of Hell's House in Unreal Engine 5. The work they do there is amazing, and wow, the sneak peeks we'll be able to show you guys will be insane. And we also have talked, lastly, sorry, we have talked with our phantoms about some changes to the pre-sale schedule. It will still be held on the 23rd, but we'll have some changes, and me and Sollie are making a video, which we'll be making a full announcement on to explain everything that we've had to discuss and talk with phantoms and find the best thing for the whole community. So that's very important and will be happening later today, hopefully, or tomorrow at the latest. So that's that for the updates for now. I know it's quite a lot, but I think it's best you guys kept in the loop, especially during crunch time, because there's a lot going on behind the scenes that I guess the greater community don't get to see. So that's everything in terms of that. Only other thing I could mention is we actually are thinking of creating a rarity spreadsheet with percentages with all the different traits for when minting happens. So we think that would be quite cool for you guys to open up, have a look at, and be like, oh, how rare is that? You know, because we're doing it in sets. We think it's quite exciting. So different sets for different traits, and we'll explain that more in due time closer to our mint. In terms of questions that we've been given to us, I guess we can start with that now.
We can. Sorry, I was muted there for a second.
No worries.
Okay, so first question is from Kenny. What is your
hmm
guys' plan for the future of this project besides merchandising? What are you guys going to do to make this project one of the big ones?
Okay, so yes, we have merchandise that's going to be in our roadmap, but we also have lots of meta plans. So we are having crazy developments in different metaverses that are built on by amazing teams, including that of Pavia, Boss Cat Real Estate, World of Cardano. It's just the list goes on, but there's a lot of really talented places we're going to be building on and holding really huge community events. We're also going to have staking, and this staking is going to be a really great system, and very similar to how the mutants are holding it. We're going to be their first partners on their platform, and we're excited to announce it later this week. So keep your eyes peeled on that. And we have a really cool halving system and distribution. It's going to go on for a while. We're going to really make sure you guys get your money's worth for staking and holding. So we have that as well. We have a lot of hype things that we kind of can't fully say yet as well, because bless you. That was Fana. She's doing finishing some trait stuff in the background. Uh, Basically, I lost my train of thought now.
You were saying we have a
um,
lot planned that we can't talk about right now. But
oh, okay.
one thing to keep in mind for the staking, that is, lots of other projects have taken like months and months and months to get their staking or to implement it. We're doing that within a month after mint.
Yeah, literally end of July. It's really quick and efficient. Like we're making sure we're really on top of that, so you guys get your money's worth and involvement really quickly. I will do stuff within that month before we even release that as well. We have competitions lined up, um, cool events. You know that poker tournament we did. We're going to do one for that too. It's like a much bigger one. We have a lot planned, so you can keep your eyes peeled on that. I guess that question was well answered, I hope.
Yeah, no, that was good. The next question is basically somewhat similar. It's asking how we're going to be the next cnft blue chip. But the other
How we're
one was
gonna
asking if
be
we were going to be one of the
Mhm.
big ones, like how we're going to make sure we're one of the big ones. So it's sort of the same.
Okay.
We can run down to Zaya's question. As the project's roadmap develops into further phases, will the roles of the main staff expand, develop, and gain more responsibilities? For example, for merchandise, will Sollie and Fana be in charge of that stuff, such as designs and product manufacturing?
Um, I I think at the moment, because we actually have positioned ourselves quite cleverly with getting good connections for work we need to get done and contracted. In terms of the core team, we can actually handle a lot of the workload which we have coming up and contracting things as we go along, and we have everything lined in place. So in terms of like giving work to extra people, the only thing I could think of is I might get a second developer to work alongside me to work on things such as the Phantom's website utility and other small things. But apart from that, I think our core team plus the contracting we have in place is more than enough to get our plans carried out. Um, Taking in mind the people we're contracting, it ranges from one individual to teams. So it's not just us. We have a lot of people that are going to be making this project a success. Yeah.
Great. Okay, next one. How do you plan to deal with paper hands, as they're the ones that always make most great projects look poorly done?
Okay. Well, with paper hands, there's no project that can avoid them. So yes, there will be a with a hype project, there will be a floor surge, and then paper cans will undercut each other. We have created our community in such a way that we have people that really believe in the project and the longevity. When the floor gets such a certain level that it's a steal, people will be sweeping that, and when the reversal starts happening, that's when things will get in place. And who knows? Some of us, like from the team, might buy some too for to give away some. We'll be looking at the floor carefully. We'll have events in place. No, we don't really want to do many sweeping events. That isn't like in our best interest. Maybe one, but like I don't think so. There's we have so many like strong community members who want to get as involved in the project as they can. So when they see steals, they're going to sweep them up. Um, so we, as some of us are aware, we have some whales in here too. So they'll be watching carefully on that. So I think it's best to describe the paper hands. You can't avoid them, but you can deal with them.
We got Timo. When
Mhm.
I like this one. When the project succeeds and we move on to other phases, will you be? Oh wait, never mind. That was the same question as I, but he was wondering if we're gonna expand the team. Um,
Expand the team. Okay.
yeah, as we move on to other phases. So we're just gonna run back to Zaya's question. The answer to it was basically we're just hiring people. Like, for example, we have people working on the metaverse estates. We have 3D modelers that we're gonna be hiring, work on that, and then we have mutants helping out with the staking. So we're sort of outsourcing certain things that we ourselves can't do. For
Yeah,
staking, we'll
and
sort of do, but yeah.
yeah, with the staking, we're working with the mutants dev to get the basically our token that we're after set up properly for us, and not just for the deadly sins, but for the future ventures too. It will be a multi-sourced staking system, all coming under one token. And I can't say too much more than that, but it's very exciting. I heard the croak in your voice there. You're like, yeah, stop
I was
talking.
waiting.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another question by Kenny. Why did you guys choose Deadly Sins for the project instead of Seven Deadly Sins? Who came up with the name, and how did it come to that person?
Okay, well, the name was actually made by Fana, um, who's is the other co-founder and our artist. Um, the project wasn't fully inspired by Seven Deadly Sins, actually. We Fana hasn't even watched that show, but we definitely have. We do definitely do like. I like that anime, but the Deadly Sins was inspired by a show called Black Clover, where we like the whole demon theme going on there. We love the whole world building they had going on. It's probably our favorite show. So we kind of based it on that, but like I said, like our lore that will be continuing post min and uh, the designs are still very different. It's just inspired in such a way. That's how it came about. Amy just one day was like, because I did do the coding, she does the art. She's like, oh, why don't we combine our skills and do one of these things? Because I was investing in NFTs back then before we made the project, and she said, why don't we do one ourselves? And I thought about it. I'm like, sure. We didn't know how much work it would be, but gosh, it's we've enjoyed it thoroughly. So yeah, that's how it came about, and we've got some really crazy things for the future too that we're still building on as we go along and bringing you guys with us.
Nice. So we got the next question from Atalantis. Or actually, sorry,
Hmm.
it's one. I've
Oh,
seen how much you and the team care about the community and the amount of time you've spent to make it grow daily. With that being said, my question is, how do you plan to keep this community growing after Mint and also have the same hype and energy that it has now?
that's actually a really good question. We have basically we've been so as a team. We talked about things, because there's a lot of projects out there who mint, they had the hype and they just don't do anything post mint, and people are like, what are they doing, what's happening? And the hype dies off, the next thing comes along. How do you keep that hype? Well, that is something we've watched carefully, and it's just to do with showing proof of work and keeping your community involved and doing things and just keeping to your promises. Because if you have that initial hype, you can carry it on, your supporters will stay there, and when big things happen, more will ensue. So straight away, we'll be sharing our rarity infographic, and the cnft tools rarity will be updating as we mint. There will be role implementations, dependent on your verified wallet, what traits it has in there, or how many deadly sins nfts you hold, and there'll be special events for certain roles that will raffle. And so based on certain roles, you'll be included in these events, and then those floors for those different traits in the market will go up. So certain traits will be rarer at different times of when we're holding these events. So it's quite interesting. We have lots of law competitions coming up because we have. All right, after that little technical difficulty, we have some continuation where we'll be bringing things out very quickly, such as for our phantoms, we'll have the phantom key airdrop around 2 weeks after launch. Tokenomics and staking. This will happen near the end of July, so just 1 month after we mint. So you'll get your money's worth for your holding really quickly and efficiently. And we'll be able to be showing sneak peeks of Hell's House probably in August. And we have even things lined up as late as September and October. We have things we're going to be showing month by month, keeping the community involved, having events, and really making sure you guys feel like you're a part of this journey with us. So to conclude that question, we have a lot planned post mint, more than a lot of projects out there. Like I'd say we're at the top tier for this, honestly. So yeah, I hope that answered that question. It was a great question, actually. Who asked that?
It's one.
It's one. Okay.
Hey, next one we got Deadly King. The community witnessed some bot activities when the whitelist requirements were level 7 and 5 invites. Are there plans to ban those bots and see the organic growth of the community? I think we've already banned them.
Yeah, we banned them as it was coming through.
Yeah. Like
Sollie,
we've done our
I think,
best. Yeah, we've done our best to like wipe out all the bots. Like I remember when we first had our first influx of bots, I ended up banning like 50 accounts, maybe more.
Yeah. And there are systems in place for us to like say post mint, have a a bot which removes any accounts that deem super inactive on Discord and don't fit certain requirements. But a lot of our members are very, very real, so you don't need to worry about that. We've been keeping a close eye on that ever since we launched. So yeah, we already deal with that. Don't worry.
Next question. The market is really bad right now. A lot of good projects failed to sell out, even with a lot of people, and they may end up burning the rest of their supply, or the floor went below mint price immediately. What are your opinions on this? Maybe we're in a bear market for the cnft space and people are afraid to invest.
All right, that's a fair question, and I think I know the project he's on about as well.
Yes.
It happened very recently. Well, I guess with that project in mind, just don't want to say it, but that project, you got to take in mind maybe not all of its members were legit. It was quite inflated. I guess you got to think about roadmaps as well. What was a project going to bring that's different in the space? How are they going to progress and bring to their community? How does it differentiate within the market? And I guess when a project doesn't have enough of those boxes ticked off, people just undercut each other and there's nothing for people to hold on to. So we're making sure we have a lot of value in our project to avoid such things and create a community where our members feel confident in the longevity of the project. So that is very important. Yes, the space may, as things go in waves, go up and down. We might be in a bit of a downtrend trend, but gosh, for us, and also for an amazing project coming up, Melting Moon Boys, um, we really want to turn this around. So I hope our two projects can really make June a great one and leave a good path for the really great upcoming projects that will be minting in July and August. So I guess we're at this tipping point, and I hopefully ourselves and Melting Moon Boys can really give the CNFT community what it's been waiting for.
Answer. So I just scrolled down and we actually have a ton of really good questions that I want us to answer.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll quickly do Zai's. We're only 22 minutes in, so we have time.
All right.
Zai's question is, the price of ADA is essentially just going down right now, and if people list their sins at higher prices, it will essentially be worth what they minted it for. So what is our plan for that? Because the market's looking pretty bearish. My answer to that, just gonna make it short and sweet, you are buying it in ADA and you're selling it in ADA. So if you, like, you're just referring to the USD to ADA like conversion, but when you're selling your stuff, like if you're, as long as you're selling it for above what you initially purchased it for, so let's say you're minting it for 66, then as long, like if you sell it for 150, 666, you're going to eventually make a profit on that once the price of ADA, when comparing it to
Goes
USD,
up,
increases. Yeah. So I
You're
wouldn't worry
bullish on
too much.
ADA.
Yeah, same. I wouldn't worry too much about like the current price points right now. Like what, 1 or 2 months ago it was at 120, like double the
Yeah.
price it's at now. So I wouldn't stress too much about that. You're buying and selling in ADA, not USD.
And that's a great answer. I really think if you believe in the long-term value of the Deadly Sins and what we're going to be doing, Ada, honestly, in 2 years from now, like I really think it will be in a great place. So picking good projects in the Cardano space now, while the Cardano space is still growing, is a really good hold. And there's so many great projects that are out there. That's why people keep referring to blue chips. Blue chips are the ones which will survive and prove amazing returns for investors. But we don't want to just become a blue chip. We want to also provide great community involvement as we grow, so you feel involved and have fun along the way. That's how we're doing it, and we want to and will become a blue chip. So yeah.
So many, they're really good. Okay, Toto asks, he wants to know from you, Zora, what
Mhm.
what do you expect from the launch of your gem, for the community, for the team? Don't be too humble. You can say we're going to the moon, or we're the best in the CNFT space. Everything is accepted.
So he's basically asking what I think of the Deadly Sins and how it will go and how it will do well. Is that
Or what do you expect? Like, what do you
what
expect
do
from the
I
launch of
expect?
the project? Yeah.
All right. Well, I think, as I said before, ourselves and Melting Moon Boys, we both of us have got great projects, and and definitely have the community hype to and community members who love the project to make it a success. I think we will have a surge because we have our lovely phantoms minting first. They're going to be setting the floor. They're not going to be selling cheap, and there's going to be a lot of nice floor values for that. Fallen Angel will be wanting to be minting because of the nice floor values, and then Public will be competitive and hopefully a very competitive sellout. I think there'll be a price surge after that. I think then the paper hands will probably undercut each other to a certain level until it becomes a steal, which is where sweeping will definitely take place, and people will definitely want to start the whales in our community, people who just love the project and just holding them for all the stuff we have in the future. So I really am very bullish on the Deadly Sins and what we have coming up post mint as well. So I really think this is a top tier project. Really, our team's amazing.
Yeah, he's being too humble. Basically, we have so much lined up. It would be dumb not to buy a Deadly Sin. Like, the utility that we're going to be providing is like stuff that other projects aren't. like, and the fact that we're implementing it so soon, like staking, like I said before, like for some projects you're waiting months and months and months and months just for staking to get implemented, and they're and some of their teams are much larger. Like Zora had everything planned out like 1 to 2 months ago. I think it's probably 2 months ago now. Like before our mint like even started, he had everything planned out. So I think, like, even let's say if the floor price does go down, for people that believe in the project, it's it's something you want to pick up. Like I'm personally, I want to try and get 25. So I'm going for
Whale.
the what?
The whale.
Yeah, I'm trying to go for the whale roll because I feel like it just makes sense to do that. But yeah,
Mm.
on to the next question now. Boom, boom, boom. In terms of providing further value after Hell's House is built, what do you see people will be doing in Hell's House? Also, since we're building on a
In.
cup, yeah, in Hell's House.
Okay. Sorry.
Also, since we're going to be building on a couple of metaverses, which one will be the main one? Do you expect that some Hell's House will gain more traction, while others won't? And will, like, with that happening, do you think it's going to be a wasted investment?
I think that's actually a great
That's,
question.
yeah,
Who answered that?
that was
Who answered that?
Daddy
Sorry.
Iris.
Daddy Iris. Okay. So, yeah, so inside Hell's House, we have that token coming, which you'll be able to use this token from your staking to be involved in Hell's House. Um, this token can be used for things such as ritual poker, or in our Deadly Sins shop, which will have collaboration selling stuff in there and stuff of our own. For example, Fana selling prints or whatnot. Um, we're also going to have to enter competitions in Hell's House, you will need to give some sin back, and then you can enter it to get this greater reward. Um, Essentially, by doing this, uh, this won't be just for one of our Hell's Houses. It'll be more of a treasure hunt. So you have to go between the Hell's Houses. So it's yes, there might be some Hell's House which I use a little bit more than others, but they will all be made use of in community events. So you'll have to go onto them to complete certain tasks. So we are making use of the token that we're going to be providing to allow things such as wasted investments not to happen. Um, and in terms of our main one we want to build on, we want to provide equal effort into every Hell's House we develop. Um, One that I'm keeping my eye on at the moment is actually the cornucopias land space. Even though it's years, like a few years before they'll be fully implemented, I think the bound of the realm of possibilities is really unlimited with that one. So, and I think the other ones will adapt and get there too. So we can adapt as we go along. We've positioned ourselves well, and yeah, I think that's a great question. I'll definitely note that down.
Okay, this one's really good because I know when we first started the project, there was one team that didn't want to work with us due to this concern. So I think it's ID or LD. He said
Mm-hmm.
he grew up in a religious and very strict household. Therefore, they would not be pleased if they knew that he was minting a project like this. However, he
Ah.
really wants to be part of this community and doesn't want his
Mhm.
religious beliefs or background to stop him. His question is, what was the motivation behind the design of this project, and are you guys facing any controversies behind it because of the satanic vibes?
Can I answer that
Yeah, yeah, go
one?
for it.
I have a great answer for this because even my dad he pops in the Discord he asks questions and he once actually asked me this. I try to make it as clear as I can from our inception that we have no political intention. We are simply sinners just causing ruckus and having fun. There's no political and negative uh, ambition with this project, and um, I I would really try to disassociate any ill feeling that the idea that we have any intention other than just having fun and creating a cool community and a welcoming community, because we really are a really huge family in a sense. Like even in our Phantom Lounge chat yesterday, we had some really nice conversations, like down to earth talks. So, and in terms of the part of the question when you asked what was the idea when creating the vibes and stuff, it's to do with an anime actually. It's called Black Clover. It's to do with a magic kingdom, and there are demons, and they're trying to um, uh, take over certain places, and the magic kingdoms are fighting back. And we just thought it's one of me and Amy, the other co-founder's favorite show. We recommend watching it. It's really amazing, the world building. We just wanted to be inspired by that when creating the project. No ill intention, and I will always make that very clear. But it's a great question.
Ooh. Burger's question. How do you guys
Hmm.
plan to keep up this hype? Oh my gosh. How do you guys plan to hype up this project pre-mint? I'm talking a week leading up to the mint. Also, what do you guys have planned if the mint goes wrong? This happens a lot. I've seen a project that uses a blue chip token to encourage people to mint. It sold out eventually and did well. Although I hope it's a smooth mint, but yeah, never know.
Yeah, we have our promotional plans already set in place. We're not still looking for it. It's already happening. We
And I'm
have
just
a
telling you
new
right
thing.
now, the
Mhm.
the people I talked about yesterday, I just got a response right now. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Well, you
yeah.
guys should be hyped for that.
Potentially, if our schedules align, it could be pretty good.
Or we can make it work. We could definitely move something around if that works. Well, um, we are doing things every 2 days, all the way up to the 19th, and which is just 3.5 days before our launch. So we have very big collabs, very big partnerships. The one I mentioned before with Mutants with our staking, that would be a really big thing to showcase with you guys and announce to our greater community. Um, and when it comes to actually a couple days before mint and on the day of mint, we have another really big project that's going to help boost us up, get help with that exposure. We'll help boost them up on their mint day too. So I won't say who that is yet, but really big community. We have a lot of promotion in mind for our pre-mint and on our mint day. For post-mint, we have a very smooth mint process in place, and we have really done our deep dive to guarantee its success for our community. So I would not worry to that do with that with the smoothness of the mint, but post mint we have lots of plans like I mentioned previously. So I don't want to reiterate too many things, but yeah, we have a lot of post mint plans that we've already touched on in this AMA.
And it looks like our final question is from Timo once again. Um,
Okay.
is there going to be a certain place in Hell's House for people or holders of certain traits? So his example was Meow Gang having a place to chill in Hell's House.
I really like that. We already have in mind a phantom only place for if you hold the phantom key, and then for those trait dependent roles, we have competitions in place and giveaways in place for our Discord. In terms of Hell's House, um, I was already thinking about this. Uh, there is a very special trait, and you could get potential access to certain rooms with this trait. Uh, there are certain other trait dependent roles where you can also maybe potentially, dependent on the metaverse, have access to things like that for Meow Gang, for example. Maybe Meow Gang should have their own little area or room. That is a really great idea. I like it. You've asked a lot of good questions, Timo. Do you like it?
Oh my god.
What's happened?
Okay. The 21st. The 21st. That is the day.
21st?
That is the
Okay.
day.
All right. I, You gotta talk to me in chat after
Holy
this
crap.
about what's happening.
Oh my.
All right, well,
Okay,
that's 2 days before our mint, so
That's the final. Okay, that's our final question right now. I'm shaking. Okay.
let's go. Any
So,
questions for people in chat, Mike? Before we end,
What I miss?
I
What I
have.
miss?
Oh,
oh wait, we
you can
can probably
ask.
say that in the on chat actually.
No, 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 no.
No?
Oh,
Okay,
mod
we're
chat.
keeping it a
Okay.
secret.
I don't know. If it's that big, then yeah, I think it'll be really good for our
Tell me.
project. Okay, but mod chat, don't want to know. Okay, in terms of I think those are the questions answered. I don't want this AMA to go on for too long because people might not want to watch it, but because it's going on for too long, we want to keep people's attention span and stuff in mind. So we've answered a lot of really great questions and got a lot of stuff done. I will be giving XP to everyone who asked questions in the AMA comments chat. In terms of the winning question, there was a lot I noted down that were really good, but because Timo, he asked 3 great questions, and I think having those different great questions, I think you're definitely a rewarding of that 28er. So thank you, Timo. And I'll give XP to the rest of you to help out if you need to work towards that marble roll or whatever that's left, or the level contest. But thank you for joining in on our 5th, is it 5th or 6th, Sollie?
It is our 6th AMA.
Oh, 6th, sorry. Okay, so thank you for listening to our 6th AMA. I hope we covered a lot because I know we're in crunch time right now. Some people might be like, what's happening behind the scenes? I hope we've answered. So I think you guys are in good hands.
Oh, get ready for the 21st, people.
21st. All right, 21st. I'll hope you guys have a nice rest of your day and peace.